we have just finished all the chores, and we had 2 hours to spare before the kids got home. So I told Steph, why not? Let's go ahead and go live and catch up with everybody. It seems like it's been a few days. So hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. Let me get this pulled up here.
A wonderful Wednesday. Oh, that's the thing that's always takes a little bit is...
Well, sometimes it'll pull up. Sometimes it won't. There it is. Let's see who all's in here. Turn the volume down. Like I say, if it's windy, let us know. We've got some hay bales on the back side here trying to cover it up, but we can work with it and try to get it all figured out.
We didn't want to just have an ugly backdrop of inside the shop.
Yeah.
So
we could have went inside the shop, but it's too beautiful to be outside today. It is windy, but the sun feels good if you're out in the opening.
Max is doing great.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot better where he is.
Go ahead and start reading names off before they get
Hello, Ernesto, Damien, Robert, Master Game Truck, Greg's Grand, Sydney, Jeanette.
Thank y'all so much for hopping on here.
A-Stone, Teresa, Joan, Sharon, Jackie, Louise, Jeanette. Again.
Max is doing awesome. I got called into work last night. We had an operation go down, but he did absolutely amazing.
It's real.
So, yeah, I'm off today and I'll go back to work tomorrow. So, pretty excited about it.
Today's kind of like a rest day. I mean, we had our normal chores to do, but no big projects.
Yeah,
I think it's a rest day.
Like I say, the next video y'all see here on one of our channels, which we just had some rain, sleet, and snow the other day, and that's probably the coldest that we've been since we've been out on the property. And y'all have to forgive me in that video. I was just having a bad day, second guessing myself, thinking, why in the world did we, go ahead and move out here? But we had no choice at the time. Is this one of those deals that you just, it's just cold, wet, just muddy, and it's a mess, but we got some things in line to get that all fixed, and y'all see in the video how we fixed the mud issue.
Yeah, I'm a lot better. Everybody's a lot better. I think everybody ended up with this stomach bug, and everybody's back to their normal self. Everybody's at school, all the kids. So we're all doing a lot better. The kids are still in school. Today is Wednesday, so they don't get home until about 4:30, 4:45.
Okay, I didn't get it in the description box, but I'll put it in the comments. They asked about your channel.
Yeah, everybody needs to know my channel.
Everybody needs to know her channel. She's doing a really good job of recording, which I always knew that she records stuff, when I was at work. And, a little bit of it's kind of the same stuff, but her, she shows more of, slows it down. My videos, I try to keep everything going, but, here's the deal is we just thought we'd put it out there for, all the other subscribers and just try to give everybody what they want.
The weather is good. I think today's supposed to be 53 or 54, and that's actually a lot warmer than it has been. Friday it's supposed to be in the 30s.
So 3-9 did have her goat. That will be in the next video that will come out tomorrow. Tomorrow that video will come out with 3-9. Obviously, Steph's I'm trying to get caught up to her videos. Steph's already got a little bit of it on her channel, but I think she kind of she tricked me on that one. But I told her I'd let it slide this time. So, yeah. But yeah, the goat is absolute. The baby is just so sweet to sit back and watch them I don't know. We sat out here yesterday for a long time and just watched the baby jump up and down and follow the mama. And I will tell you, at one point yesterday, I was super, super scared. Um, I could not find the baby. We looked and looked and looked. So can't give up all the secrets, but the baby is fine. We did find him eventually after about an hour. Uh, Greetings from Israel. Hello, thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it, Big Jack. Um, uh, well, probably Fred would probably be back. I'd probably say probably next, probably at the first of next month. That's when we're going to, we'll end up buying some more panels to bring him back over here. But I did get video of Fred this morning, so it will be coming out as well.
Was it the pond?
No, I was right here and I could see him in that opening. So I went over there and I was like, sure enough, if he sees me, he's going to take off. He's just really, really wild. So I think the next cow or whatever we get, we'll get a baby. That way we can raise it up and it be tame, and we won't have to go through that. But, he will definitely provide for our family, and that's the important part. And that's what we're trying to teach the children, which Kayson is learning with his eggs. So, yeah.
Did you see that him closing the video out on mine yesterday?
Yeah, I'll put it in
Did
there.
you look at it?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you put it in there or not. I was like, he's getting to be such a little hoot.
He is. Y'all notice as well as Kayson is just, he's becoming his own little man. He really is.
Right, he's off all his seizure medicines, off everything, and he's himself.
He's himself. Those ticks or whatever they are, they wasn't seizures. And I told Steph I didn't feel no need to keep him on that medicine if it ain't helping him. And I don't. Yeah, he is an energized little boy now.
Thank you, CJ. Pam asked, did you get an oil radiating heater like Jason Brook did? No, we haven't. I don't even know.
I seen one at Tractor Supply yesterday. Okay. We will probably do that towards the end of the month. Like I say, as the end of the month kind of dies down, our projects kind of die down because we wait until our payday, and then when we get paid, that's when we'll go get more materials and stuff, and that's when we'll start building more projects. So.
Robert, your property is really looking great. Animals are awesome. Thank you.
And that was kind of the deal. It filmed the whole thing in the rain, and we was just reading comments that morning. It was just one of those crappy days, We got hundreds of comments and probably 30, 40 emails on, the tarp or the cover that we got on the trailer. Yes, I understand it is for storing, but here's the deal. We don't run the AC. The AC's on top and the furnace is on the side. It's not covered up. That, and then
we have the carbon monoxide detectors.
And then people was, going in about the skirting and the hay, and it's just one of those days. So forgive me when that video comes out.
Zip, I love your jacket. I got this at Tractor Supply yesterday. Y'all see me, my warmest outerwear is probably a hoodie. And so I really needed to get me a jacket. So I finally broke down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get me one. And it's actually helped out a lot. I even got me a pair of gloves that stay in the pockets if I need them.
She's becoming a little farmer now.
He's really excited about the eggs, that's for sure.
Yes,
Kayson loves finding the eggs. And we moved those ones, and he asked us where we put them. And so I had to explain to him we put them inside because it's time to eat them now. And just because the mama's not sitting on them. If she was going to sit on them, then we'd leave them for her. Or if the hay was going to actually stay where it was. but it's gonna end up under the trailer, so we had to
We had to go
figure
ahead
something out.
and harvest the eggs.
She is still setting in that same spot though.
We was going to put them in the incubator, but they sit out there for 2 nights in a row, under 30 degrees. So we're going to be looking at that new storage building this first of next month. So we're going to go look at that and see if we can find a place and fit it into our budget to put it here on the farm. If so, that's going to give us a lot more room to get other things out of the trailer and to get a washer, dryer, and everything in. So we're just kind of hoping to see what happens, and then we can start doing our incubating. I really didn't want to start that until summer, but
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it probably. Sherman, oh, I didn't miss you live today. Late, but didn't miss you.
awesome.
Well, happy birthday to both of you. They're both their birthdays
Oh,
December
wow.
2nd, both of them. Faith, I have seizures. I went into remission at age 7. I did not have any more till I was an adult.
Oh, wow.
Kayson's is, we're not 100% sure if they're not seizures, but the doctor and me, we have come to an understanding that we think that it's more of like a tic instead of a seizure, but we're going to be doing more tests. And we had an EEG scheduled actually for a few days ago, but the hospital where he would be getting it, there's no beds open for, so they had to cancel all EEGs. And so since it's not like an actual emergency to have it done, so we're gonna wait until they can open up some more beds to get that done.
CJ, no, I haven't had any more. Oh, she's trying to lay her eggs. We moved the hay and she's trying to get up there. She's looking for her egg. We just moved her. We actually moved her nest a while ago because we stacked the hay bales up over here, and she's trying to fly up there, trying to find a place. Lady, you're gonna have to find another place. I can't believe she's still laying this late in November, and it's so cold. Hello from
Finish
Ireland.
your snake encounter.
Oh yeah, no more snakes. Thank goodness. That was definitely a scary moment. I've never in my life would have ever dreamed. I mean, that thing was just coming straight over here. It is moving too.
You wanna get the baby?
No, it's
Someone
fine.
asked.
The baby's hidden over there.
Yeah.
So that's a deal that you'll see in the video, that the baby is actually hidden on where we found him. But Steph did show it. There's some of it in her channel, her video she posted out today. So
It's a super cute baby. Looks just like mama.
hi from the UK.
I said if you get too many eggs to eat, I'll buy the extra from y'all.
Yeah, we ain't got very many. I think we got, well, we still have a silky laying too. Now, here's the deal. The silky eggs, I may go ahead and gather them and try to hatch a couple of those in that little bitty hatcher that we got. But that incubator don't take up very much room.
What is the weather here? Right now it is 52 degrees. But that's the warmest it's gonna get today. And it wouldn't be so bad if the wind wasn't blowing. The wind chill is really high. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, I think some eggs freeze overnight. Yeah.
how's Max doing with his relocation? Really good.
Yeah, we don't have any barking issues. That has all zeroed out. You know, when I go up and get him and we do our training and stuff, put him up, he'll bark until he can't see me no more. After he can't see me, he'll quit. So that's worked out for the best. And yeah, we're super glad that worked.
Can you take the hatcher and put it like inside to where you store the feed. That's where we would have it. We do all of our hatching inside buildings. How often do you have multiple births with the goats? Most of them have.
Most of them do have. This 3-9, I would have thought she would have had more just because she was big, but she only
And
had
her
the
other
one.
births were all, I think, 3 or 4.
Yeah, her other ones were 3 or 4, but she had she had a miscarriage she lost all of them premature last year. So this year she is big, but she only had one. So most of the time they are 2 or 3, at least 2. I think we had one last year have just one.
Yeah, that was this white one right here. She just had a yellow colored baby.
Yeah, but all the other ones had 2 and 3 babies. Chickasaw Scott there. A bit naughty when they broody. Yes. Everyone's sitting
Um,
on 2 golf balls right now.
did you figure out how the dogs are getting out yet? We figured Dixie's the only one that gets out, and we're pretty positive she just probably jumps the fence.
Yeah,
She's a Great Pyrenees, so she's got that ability.
So what we'll probably end up doing is I will probably put electric wire around the fence, a couple strands of it at the top. Um, I think. I don't know if I'm going to go with electric or just barbed wire, but
Really,
just to
I
keep
think
her in.
she's fine getting out. She's been doing fine anyways.
Yeah,
We figured out that the trash isn't from the dogs. Now, I mean, yes, they do have some trash out here. So, yeah, obviously they're still getting the trash somewhere. But the trash up by the front door, Brandon said what was it, raccoon?
Yeah, I pulled up on that and there was a big raccoon there. So
So,
the dogs ain't all responsible for it, but I imagine they are responsible for some of it.
yeah. All the animals are doing great. The chickens even are starting to sound better.
You can check the eggs by putting them in the water. If they float, no good. If they sink, they are good to go. If they are floating, some they need to be eaten. Okay, didn't know that. That's good to know.
Trash pandas.
Awesome. Granny, thank you so much for stopping by. From can I say it? From Florida.
Panama Bay.
Panama City,
Oh,
Florida. We love y'all as well. Like I say, is y'all are what have made this happen for us. All this extra stuff, and we couldn't do it without y'all. So we're really thankful. And I do get some emails sometimes talking about they wished I didn't go live so much, or they wished I didn't post shorts, make another channel. But here's the deal: is if you don't want to see the don't click on it. There's other people besides them, and we love each and every one of y'all, and we try to keep it real with y'all. And so yeah, there's my rant on that.
Julie, that's why I married him.
What?
She said, Brandon, you got a nice smile. You need to use it more.
I try.
And 8 o'clock, there's a snake behind you, Brandon.
No, this is the area it happened in. Don't do me that way.
Yeah, don't ask me why he decided to put this over here. He's just trying to outdo my live spot.
Listen at it. Max, I don't think the raccoon actually bothered him, because like when Max goes to bed, he gets in his doghouse and he's done. So now he's over there. We don't hear much of him.
Yeah, Marla says Dixie is doing her job because she knows Carly is staying right there with the goats, so she's going out around the entire property because she knows that's her job. You all have an awesome. Yeah, that's what I figured she's doing. That's why I think it's fine for her to get out, because she is. You can tell she's the protector. She's the one that watches. on top of the back of the pond and just watches, sits there and just goes back and forth, almost like a lifeguard.
So, I mean, we was going to make a hole in the fence so the dogs could go in and out. Um, that way they could check the perimeter. But I didn't want to do it right now because we was wanting to try to get some deer to come in. That ain't going to happen. So
I don't know if we could do it anyways because a lot of these goats are
goats are
smaller
small.
than the dogs.
But that was the deal with the dogs. You know, when we couldn't find the baby, that was scary. You know, the first thing I thought was the dogs. You know, we watched them that night. You know, Carly would get up there and Mama would, you know, butt him back. And I was like, good Lord. And so I went and looked at them. I didn't see no blood or anything around their mouth. And how I actually, she's still on Mama. How I actually took
Both of them.
found them was by Carly. She was actually laying over by a tree, and the tree I got to looking, and that's where I found the baby.
I think that's what Carly's doing now. She's over there at the tree. She's trying to find the baby.
Oh, it is. That's where she was at the other day. Oh, hay bale fell. Put a
Scared me.
Hay bale back up there.
No. Yeah, we know Carly's limping. She's gonna, limp the rest of her life. It's just she doesn't have that ankle, so when she goes down, it's more like, I don't know how to explain it, but I think you talked to several people.
Yeah, and we're going to. I'm going to take her to another vet towards the end of the month, and just to see, ask about a brace. I've had one vet tell me the brace
Wouldn't help.
wouldn't help. If anything, it would get in her way. But I'm gonna get one more opinion on it, and then we'll just go from there. That's just you know, I don't know, and that's the hard thing about having her on the channel is there's so many new people that come on that see it and they don't understand it,
Yeah.
and you have to explain it and explain it. People think, well, she's hurt and we don't take care of her or whatever, but that ain't the fact. I mean, whatever's best for her, that's what we're going to do. And somebody even made the comment about having it cut off or whatever. I don't think a vet would do that, but
Not because it's not really hurting her.
yeah,
She's limping not because she's in pain, but because that's the only thing she can do.
this where we're going to take her here in a couple weeks. He's local. He's really good with animals, so I'm going to probably go with his opinion on what he wants, what he thinks would be best for Carly.
She's over there searching and searching for that goat.
No, Julie, you're right. You can't please everyone, and that's the problem. Is I try to please. I'm a pleaser. I try to please everyone, and it's definitely hard on YouTube, and it just can't. But I know that I love interacting with each and every one of y'all. Y'all make us feel good. Y'all give us confidence in what we're doing, and even the days that we're down. And well, I don't know about Steph, but like I said, this week's probably been one of the worst weeks since we've been out here. It's going back up, but you just have those days.
Sam sent some hot chocolate fun.
Awesome, Sam. Sam, I
you.
am. Thank you.
I need to get me some more hot chocolate, those K-Pod things or whatever for the Keurig, because I have some French vanilla, but hot chocolate sounds really good now that you spoke of it.
Yeah, I've talked to Dutch. I talk to Dutch quite regular. you know, because they just lived in an RV, and we've got the hay. We know the skirting we're going to get. It's at Lowe's, but like I say, is we build things at the first of the month, and as the month goes towards the end of the month, we got to wait until our funds for the farm go back up so we can actually get some more stuff and get it in the right spot where we need it. And I miss, yeah. So I think it's supposed to warm up a little bit this week, so we should be okay for now.
Yeah. What about adding ducks to the pond and maybe a peacock to the yard? We did have a peacock at one time, but
We ended up
we
giving.
figured out that peacocks, they won't stay here if they don't have a female with them. Um, and so we just decided to give him away. But the ducks, I do want to get ducks. Maybe not right now, but I do want some ducks. That'd be pretty neat. Um, Hello, Urban American Homestead. Brandon, it's okay. We can help you. Newbies understand when they ask about color. Yeah. Y'all do an awesome job, too. Why is a pony's mane colored? It's just Cutie Pie and Dasher. Dasher's is almost completely out. But Cutie Pie, we just did that because, I don't know, it was just to make her pretty and to give her a spa day is what Marie is the one that actually these are her ponies and she loves, and I think it's awesome, and I helped out with Cutie Pie, and Cutie Pie really does enjoy it. I think we do have a video somewhere with her hair colored, and she'll sit back and you can even see in her face and her mouth moving around that she loves it. She loves the attention. Now I won't suggest it to like some skittish horses or anything like that, just because you are kind of behind them and all over them pretty much doing it. Just get it. You have to kind of know your animal.
Yeah, Cutie Pie is. I know she looks mean or acts mean around food and other animals. She is.
She wants us. She doesn't even.
She wants all the attention.
Yeah, she wants the attention. Steph, you're a beautiful, strong woman. You're a role model. Well, thank you, Debbie. I try to be, especially for the kids.
Trying to get caught up here.
Yes, Dale. Everyone is well. All the kids are back in school this week. Kayson came home sick yesterday, but he was faking. He totally was faking. But everybody else, we're all good.
We love y'all guys as well, Ruth. No, you didn't miss. We're still live right now. CJ, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Teresa, it is warm in the camper. It's really warm right now. I actually turned off the I kept the furnace on. The heater, I had to turn it off because we run an electric heater with the furnace and just at nighttime, and it got a little bit warm today, so I turned one of them off.
No problem, Sam. I understand that.
Something for your farm fund. Oh, that's probably CJ. You was just thinking,
Yeah.
huh? Thank you, thank you. Oh, Sam's at work. He can't stay long.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to do us. And that's the deal is like I said earlier, I try to put, but you just can't. Hello, hope everyone's having a great day. Yes, we're having an awesome day, Linda. I've watched.
Ducks never shut up and they crack, oh crap, all over everything. Yeah, but they're cool. Michelle, adding to Sam's hot chocolate fun. Keep warm. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. The Life as a Deputy Sheriff is coming back. We're getting there. Just like all of our other lives, you just never know when we'll go live.
I did that when I was young. I loved to stay home and watch Let's make a deal. I have done that when I think I just had Leighton and I was still home. I would come home and watch a bunch of game shows. Or having the kids in the hospital, all you're doing there is laying there in bed, and I would turn on the TV, and usually it was a game show that played all day long, every day. It's 30 something degrees in Ohio. I use golf balls for my chickens.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard it.
I've heard put them in there for the snakes.
No, that's a mothball.
Oh.
If you put a golf ball in there,
No.
they'll mistake it.
You do want to do that for a snake because the
golf ball?
yeah, the snake can't get it back up, so it ends up killing it.
Oh, I've heard about golf balls. You put it in there if they're not laying, and they mistaken it, and then they'll start sitting on it.
Yeah, that both ways, yes. Yeah.
We do need to get some mothballs.
We could do that, and I may do that. That would be great to talk to the Oklahoma State Vet School. They may have some ideas. Yeah, we might be able to do that.
Just lost it. What was I about to say? Oh, Cutie Pie. She is expected the beginning of the year to have her baby. There was actually a couple, I don't remember which ponies, but there was a couple ponies that was expected at the beginning of the year.
I know we should be having some more goats here pretty quick because usually when one of them starts kidding, they usually start dominoing right then.
Yeah. And there's, I think, 3 more that's pretty pregnant.
Good afternoon from Georgia. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping by.
I'm caught up.
Hit that like button, yes. The baby, like I said, Stephanie kind of gave it up on her video she posted today. So I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to wait until I post the video tomorrow. But the baby's here. Yeah, the rooster.
We didn't have all the tubes to watch when we were young, but I sure enjoy having you now. I'm still recovering from back surgery, so it gives me something to look forward to. Thanks for the lies.
Well, you're more than welcome. Boy, hush over there. You're more than welcome. Like I say, we enjoy it, especially, we don't. We have downtime. Like when we get caught up on everything, there's nothing really to do but to sit in the camper. I mean, we got things to do around here, but it's nice to just sit down and visit with y'all. And I don't know, like I say, y'all are a big part of our family, and it's just nice to read a lot of the comments and
Finish.
Just read a lot of comments when you're having a bad day.
Is it tough on the babies to be born in the winter? No, yes and no. Obviously, they do it year round.
Right.
So, they're kind of born, how do you explain that? Raised that way. They adapt to the weather. But we also, when it is super, super cold, we make sure that they have somewhere to go where it's going to be warm for them to have their baby. But besides that, they're going to have kids whenever they have kids.
Yeah. It's usually on the change of weather, though.
Yeah. Can you explain the logic behind Kayson's snake trap? Maybe he has seen a cartoon getting one or something. I don't really know if there's a logic to it. He just thinks putting a rope inside of a hole will make a snake come out of it. I don't think there's really logic to it.
Yeah, he's must have seen it on a cartoon or something because
he's all about traps right now, though. Snakes, chickens, anything. He's all about some traps.
He's becoming quite the little character. So um, it ought to be interesting this next spring when it warms up, things we can do. But we got some of those little traps around here. I thought about going out and setting them. I mean, Leighton used to like the trap, but he really wants to get into like coyotes and bobcats. Leighton does, but Kayson, we might be able to put those little cages up and see if that'll work.
Yeah, that might work. Apostle Benny, $10. We live in a fifth wheel also just since November 1st. Just me and my wife in our 60s. I love watching y'all overcome challenges. May God bless you all. Shalom. Well, thank you. That's it's different. I think for me, it's still fine. Like it hasn't. Like Brandon's had a few things that he's had to overcome.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I think for me, it's been pretty good.
it's just hard, especially like when we all got sick. Um, there was nowhere for anyone to go. I mean, you're in that area. Of course, we all ended up getting sick. Um, like I say, is after I got to feeling better, I stayed outside because I didn't want to get sick. Um, you know, right now you don't have like all your stuff together, your computer, and I still have to go down the road to upload videos and stuff like that. There's just several things, but everything's going good. It's a beautiful day. It's just a rainy day the other day, and just wasn't a good day.
Robin, are you going to keep Cutie Pie on your farm after the baby comes, or is she going back to Marie's? Well, I don't really know. I know if she does stay here, we will have to put her in a different pen
Yeah,
because the moms and babies need to go in a different pen than all the other animals. But I don't. I haven't. We haven't really discussed that, have we?
she will probably end up going back up there
Yeah, they have more
area, and
areas
that
too.
it's their pony and stuff. So, um, like I said before, all the animals aren't ours. We have a few, especially with the goats, and we have the llama and some goats, and hopefully we'll get some more in the near future, and we can start raising our own because that's one thing with the kids getting attached to these babies. Um, it's just different. It's just different. So,
Yeah.
but they understand.
Kayson's using his imagination, keeping his brain active. That's right.
Yeah, he's always got that brain a moving now. Let me tell you.
I like the kangaroo and the llama. Llama is still, I think, my favorite so far, but Dodger's fine.
Dodger's
But
fine. He's
llama, you can actually go up
he's
and
sound asleep over there. I was actually fed him earlier, and I went in there and always like going in there and sitting down with him and just spending time with him. And he's just so loving. And I know the kangaroos can be dangerous, and I'm sure every animal can be dangerous, but a lot of it is the way they're raised. It's just like your kids. If you don't raise your kids right, a lot of them end up in jail um, or end up in trouble. So it all depends on how you're raised, what you're raised around.
yes, Gator Go Go. I am feeling much better. All of us are.
So
You must not talked about you being sick because everybody's thinking me, but you were, I think, worse than me.
yeah, I was bad. It was bad. Like 30 minutes of solid vomiting. It was terrible. But what I did that they didn't, and I didn't think of it until the next day. I felt so bad. Was I actually went to work the next evening and went to the EMS, and they ended up putting 3 bags of IV fluids in me, and I started feeling better almost immediately. But I went home and I lay down, slept 12 hours, woke up, and I felt pretty good. So.
Um, your haircut looks tight.
Oh, looks tight. It is, ain't it?
Marla, Brandon, have you seen Kane skirting? They just got up around their trailer. They said that They could already tell a difference in the temps and that. Stephanie, I think the llama is beautiful. Yeah, I watched. I don't know if you watched
Yeah,
that
I did.
one, but I watched the episode of it. I actually went back and watched them purchasing the camper. I was, I was, I was a little jealous, but it's a really pretty camper. Especially, I mean, they, it's just them two, no kids. So, but yeah, I seen them putting that skirting up. Our camper is actually doing really good with just the cover. Even before the cover, I think it was fine. But now that it's getting colder, it's actually it got too warm last night again. So when we get this straw underneath it, it's gonna we might have to take the cover off. I don't know.
Well, thank you so much for watching. And like I say, I'm glad it brings joy to a lot of people. We get a lot of emails about that, and that's amazing. I'm glad we can make somebody's day. Uh, if they're having a bad day, to uplift them. And I don't know. It to me, all I watch is YouTube, and I like it because it's real. It's no movie. Everything that's happening is real. Which the channels I watch, I know they're real. I met most of them in person, so I know everything's legit. But I absolutely love it. I don't even watch regular TV. Now and then I'll watch a movie like Courageous. I watch Courageous all the time. I love that movie. It's just an amazing movie.
Yes, Cindy. We actually have had carbon monoxide detectors in the camper since we got the camper. So, I mean, I wouldn't have got it if it didn't have it, just because you never know. You can't really tell when carbon monoxide is in the air.
You're right, Wendy. There's no time to be sick. No time.
I'm the opposite of Brandon. Not the opposite. I, of course, watch YouTube videos, but I also have my shows that I watch. My shows are what before we started YouTube, before we started watching YouTube, everything. I TV is my getaway. It's because obviously having four kids, there's gonna be fights, and especially in a camper, they're gonna be bickering back and forth because they're all a couple years apart of each other, and TV just kind of slows me down. I guess slows my mind down, and so when I've always had the same shows that I watch, and even if it's a repeat of the same show I've already seen, I can just have that in my ear, even though I'm not watching it. And yeah, that's my output of that.
Yeah, if we do get that other building, that'll give them another area they can separate and
Yeah,
play. Because usually the girls want to do something, then the boys want to do something, then all of a sudden they get to bickering and fighting, and then it just runs the whole deal. But the the building, I think, will work out best to give more room and maybe possibly put a table in there so we can
yeah,
actually have dinner at a table besides just on trays.
yeah. There for a little bit, I was having them sit in the floor because half of it's carpet and half of it is tile. And I was like, you are not getting this on the carpet, so you need to sit in the floor. But then I found our old TV dinner trays, and the girls share one of those, and then Kayson gets at the actual desk, and then Leighton, I just trust him not to spill.
Well, thank you, Wendy. Um, so I don't know where that message went, but I know one of the members said they get notified. I am still updating the list. I've got a black book. I put everybody's name and phone number in, and on the text messages, it only allows 20 per each message. So I've got to start another group deal. So it's continued growing. But after that, what we usually do is I'll send out a mass text saying going live. That way nobody misses it, because YouTube doesn't notify them or notify us all the time. And that way you can immediately see that we're going live and hop on. You don't miss out.
Pam, that's what I do. Our Traverse has a DVD player in it, and even if the kids aren't in the car with me, which usually the DVDs are kid videos, but I'll turn like right now I think Land Before Time is in. I'll just turn it on so that because I can hear it and then I've seen it, so it's almost like I'm watching TV, but I'm actually watching the road instead, so I'm just listening to it. Anna said no, I didn't get a notice.
Okay. Well, I'm going
I'm
to,
gonna answer this.
like I say, is you got to send an email with your phone number for us to add add it to our phones. And like I say, is after that, that's when we'll send the notification that we're going live, and you can join then. No, I don't guess I've ever seen that show. Basically, the ones, I mean, I've got about 7 or 8 channels I watch, you know, throughout the week, and that's hard enough, especially with everything that's going on around here. So now that is on the membership. That's just the benefit of the membership. The chickens have improved a little. There is some stuff a lady told me on a comment last night to get. It's LA 200 or something like that. So I may look into that. I know it's for respiratory infection. I went in and read it, and I may try to get some of that and see if that helps them. But it did improve a little. It ain't time to eat. Greetings from Georgia. Hello, Susan. Sandra, how are you? Yeah, we think he's actually jumping over from Texas. Well, what's up, Skittles? Y'all think it's getting close to... They must think it's getting close to dinner time. Yeah, like I say, is I posted her video today. Yeah, I'm really impressed with what she's doing. She's doing a really good job. She does all the videoing, and I just edit it for her. And I'm happy that she's actually got into it, YouTube, and I think it's awesome. Yeah, I sure hope not. But it's I think we got 4 of them that's sick, just the 4. Ready for Thanksgiving? Yeah, I think is probably as best as we're going to be. Good afternoon from Southern Mississippi. Hello. Yeah, well, they still got about an hour and a half before it's time for them to eat. Yeah. That they will definitely go through and clear an area out. So before we moved out here, that's how we actually got all this area cleared. Was we moved 2 weeks, and they come through and eat all the grass down. Would come through with the tractor and brush hog the rest, and then we trimmed all the trees down. So where our trailer's actually sitting, you couldn't walk through here when we first come out here. But the goats helped us get everything clean. She's coming back. She had to take a phone call, so.
They asked you where I went.
Yeah. Well, I sure hope we don't lose these because the I absolutely love the silkies and the long-tailed grays. Yeah, she's starting to feel better.
I can get back on here. Did you
Tim,
answer what's your email?
no, let me put it in there.
Yeah, I had a phone call. Brandon's stepmom, she has Brandon's niece, or our niece, and she's a little bit older than Braylee. She's about a year older than Braylee, but Braylee is bigger than her just because Braylee's a big 4-year-old. And she has a Thanksgiving dinner type thing tomorrow, and they just sent a letter home today saying that they need a formal type dress. Well, Braylee's got 4 dresses, which they're hanging up in there, so I went ahead and sent her some pictures and seen if she wants to use any of those.
That is our email address, Eddy Family Farm.
Jenny, they eat all the horses' food, and I seen 3 not get any food because they goats ran them off. They will run them off, but
We do go
all of
back.
them get food.
We do go back and get more food, and I might have said it in her last video where the horses come over and started eating the dog's food. I said we'll go back and get them some more here in just a little bit once they go over there. But so those are things that we're showing more in Steph's channel because in a regular channel I just go through and feed the animals and we just do our thing just to keep it going. But yeah, I can promise you they all get their food.
Are you ready for Thanksgiving? I'm ready because that means Thanksgiving food. And I love food. The kids, they are out all next week for Thanksgiving.
I seen that.
I'm like, oh, I just hope it's warm.
Warm so they can be outside.
They're telling you it's time. Hey, it is 3:30, but thankfully, well, I guess we could feed them for the kids today, I guess. They won't get off the bus until 30 minutes late.
We'll just
it's
wait.
Wednesday.
We'll wait because once we feed, we got to start there and go all the way around. Our feeding has got a routine because we feed we either start with the chickens or start with the goats, and so start with the goats, then go to the dog, and it's a routine. So everybody gets. We're still working out kinks in it. So.
And everybody wants to feed the goats, all 4 of them, which is great. I love that they want to feed them. But I think I'm going to separate their feedings. I was thinking about this a couple days ago because we need to hurry up and feed the goats and then get over here and get the dogs fed and then run to the horses. And with all 4 of them trying to hurry up and feed, I think it's just going, it's going too slow. So I think I need to actually get Leighton and Addison to get the goats and horses fed, and while Kayson walks down with the dog feed. Or no, I'll probably do Braylee with the dog feed because Kayson is the chicken man, so he can do the chickens. And I don't know, we're still working out kinks on how to feed them the best way so that they all get their feed.
Oh yeah, they do get rough, house. They do get rough.
It's funny to hear you call brush hog. It's called bush hog where I come from. I feel kind of like popping soda.
Really?
That's funny. Yeah, the chickens do seem like they're getting better too.
I don't know why the horses eat the dog food.
Songbird said, "Your hair is absolutely beautiful, shade of red. I have to admit I am a bit jealous." Well, thank you. It's kind of shines in the light, I guess. In summertime, it gets lighter, and then in winter, it gets darker. It's because the sun kind of gives it like a streak. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, we could use an automatic feeder, but that takes the what we're teaching our kids, how to take care of the animals, love the animals, and with us interacting with them, they get a lot tamer. Because with the llama, if we did that, he would have never come up to us. But since we've been feeding him, the llama will actually come up to us. But you could probably do it, but we're just not going to do it because we like interacting with them.
You need to have them each do an animal. You block the horses from goat feed, but the goats take over the horse feed. Yeah, that's what I kind of did that today. Addison, or yesterday, Addison did the horses while the rest of them did the goats.
But we bought them the individual pans. I don't know if, yeah, I think that's all right. We bought them individually pans so we could put food in each one of them, and they're separated. Just sometimes the chocolate and the snow, the other white one, they just love staying down here try to fight with Carly and Dixie.
Thank you, Judy. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving as well. I hope all of you have a great Thanksgiving and eat a lot of food.
We've already got one of ours out of the way, so
Yeah, that was way too early.
we like we used to have some big Thanksgivings when I was a kid, but after my mother's parents, my grandma and grandpa passed away, it kind of dissolved. And then last year we lost my grandpa, and it's on my dad's side, and it's kind of faded away as well. But you know, we still have Thanksgiving at my father's and her family. So I mean, there for a while we used to have like 4 or 5 Thanksgivings. Every holiday we'd have 4 or 5. So the kids absolutely loved that around Christmas time.
What is your favorite food at Thanksgiving? All of it. I don't know. I like the ham. I'm not a turkey person. I mean, obviously, turkey is just something that everybody has for Thanksgiving because it's kind of tradition. But I like when people bring the ham. And then I don't know. All of it. I don't have a favorite.
And that's on the farm channels. I don't. I don't really have a favorite. You know, the ones I watch, we're all friends with. Enjoy watching them all just because it's real stuff. I love deviled eggs
Yes,
too.
I love deviled eggs, but I love it just as much as the others. Um, Snow cream. Yes, we've had snow cream before. We made it. I think was it last year
Yeah, yeah.
or 2 years?
We did
Was it last
a
year?
collaboration with Fowler Family Farm.
Yeah, that we do have video on that. Can you teach the kids anything about your Indian side?
Um, Braylee, she's learned some of the language. Now we are taking them to the culture center and stuff like that. Slowly, the tribe is offering things and trying to get the public more in, or our people into learning the language and stuff. So maybe, hopefully, one of the kids will pick it up. But I'm telling you right now, with the activities, it's so crazy. Always going here, going there. That's what we're really, you know, Addison, Kayson's getting up to where he's going to have ball games as well. Braylee. So, yeah, we've definitely got to step up our game because we've got a lot of ball games. There's some ball games she goes to And then there's some games I go to that we're at separate games at the same time.
Yeah. Now that especially Addison and Leighton's probably the two biggest ones. Oh, a train derailed on Main Street. But
Here?
yeah, I just gotta. Due to the train derailment, avoid the area of Main Street and Davis. Estimated time 6 to 12 hours. Ooh, that's not good. I'm glad we do not live in town. I'm hoping it just derailed. It wasn't nothing serious.
So it's yeah, it's nothing serious. But it's going to block the roadway for a while.
Can't wait for another dog bath video. With this mud and stuff, you might have to do that pretty soon. But
Yeah.
then again, you don't want to give them a bath. Kind of like you don't clean your feet if it's muddy outside. I mean, like, if you're going to be going right back out. No, Brandon doesn't talk any actual Indian language. Braylee did, but she was at the Chickasaw Nation Head Start last year for school, and they taught her all kinds of Chickasaw words and body parts and stuff. No, Brandon is not retired. He is still a police officer.
Yeah, it's
little redheaded Indians.
it's crazy the redhead. Usually the Indian is dominant, but not on them kiddos.
Nope. I've got good genes.
Hart's Homestead, how are you? From Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah.
Are there any rural King locations near y'all?
No. Nope. And people who's missing.
Brandon and the kids are Chickasaw Nation. They are Chickasaws. I see the Native American in Eddy. Yeah. And Brandon.
Yeah.
In your eyes.
In the eyes.
Because he's got mean eyes.
Whatever. Goofy. Where was I at?
Oh, I think that wind is getting colder.
Yeah.
Like my fingers are freezing. What? That don't sound good.
Hold on.
Doesn't sound good.
Let me check it.
He's gonna go check just because of three, I think three, there might be more, but 3 goats that are noticeably big. Noticeably pregnant. He's gonna go see if she might have got hung up on a twig or something too, though. Who is it? Oh, she's probably calling her baby. It's 39. She's the one that had a baby. She's probably calling her baby. Hey. I am not with the tribe. I am pure white girl. No. I have Irish. I mean, obviously, you could probably tell with the red hair. My mom was Irish, and then my dad's side of the family is German. So I'm a little bit of German and a little bit of Irish. I was saying Eddie, but his name is his name is Brandon, but we don't really do much about it or say much about it because even when I was in the hospital or the kids, I would take them to the doctors. they would call him like Eddy Kayson or Eddy Leighton, because Eddy is a name that can be a first name. And so we don't, you're fine. That's 39 right back here looking for a baby.
Come here. Well, come here.
Go get her.
Well, you know where she's at. You're just playing games. Huh? You playing games.
Yeah, I'm pure white girl.
Carly girl's good.
No, we haven't seen any wild turkeys on our property.
Yeah, y'all good dogs. Yeah, you good dogs.
We will do a garden, probably the summertime. We'll start our garden. Nope, the goats wasn't having a baby. I thought maybe, but
Yeah, I did too. But that's just 3-9. I'm gonna double check, but I guarantee you she's over there.
she was earlier. I had to go check for myself. Don't name your kids Ada. Brandon is, okay, let's see. He is an 8th Chickasaw because the kids are a 16th. But something with his dad is looking into it because somehow his grandpa, they had 2 different roll numbers or something. I don't remember all the details, but he's actually more Chickasaw than, they're all more Chickasaw than they were before. Like, even, like the kids are 16th, really they're an 8th, if that makes any sense at all. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I don't know much about it. You get her? She's still hiding in a little hole. Oh, I know. She's like, there's like a stump and then a stump right here. And then there's 4 corners and there's just this little, it's almost like a mouth hole. And she's stuck right inside there. She's not stuck, but she's right inside there where nobody's gonna get her unless she wants to get out.
You can see her.
Brandon is what he would prefer to be called. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can see her, but you can't get to her. It's weird. It's like a big old log that's.
And that's what I was just explaining.
Yeah,
There's
and
only this little bitty hole.
what do they call it? Just like a rabbit hole or something.
I said a mouse hole.
And she'd look out. She'd go back in. So I think it's pretty neat how Mama found it, or she did. One of them. I guess we'll leave that there because that would be good protection because there ain't nothing going to get in there and get them.
Yeah. When will the boys go deer hunting? They may still this year, but the livestock guardian dogs are scaring all the deer off. But I mean, that is their job. So I don't know if we can't catch any on the cameras.
Yeah,
Have you looked recently?
Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen any deer, so, and I'm just not so much about the public land because you just never know who's out there around that time of the year. There's too many lead things could be in the air, and I just don't want to take a chance. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Don't get any geese because they are noisy. Yeah, I don't think about geese. Yeah, Kayson does look more Indian. He took after his dad. He looks more like Brandon, and the other 3 have my fair skin and red hair. Now they do get dark though. Like they're dark-headed, or not dark-headed. They're dark-skinned redheads, which you don't see often. I thought you'd be interested in that eventual purpose, since you have the part to do with the police, the people who work for him was in a volunteer or whatever, and the victims need prayer.
What, what is that?
I don't know, Teresa. What are you talking about on the victims? Did you find out where the dog is getting out?
He's actually jumping over the fence.
Oh my gosh. He saved you from the hay bale. The wind up. I'm glad you're looking up though. I'm trying to
Yeah,
leave.
it fell earlier before we started. And I know when we get on, that was another
Hey Ed.
deal. They said that our lives are too long. And I emailed back, if they're too long, get off. Because we have a bunch of subscribers that don't always get the notifications. So if we do stay on longer, everybody gets a chance. It's only taking up our time. It ain't taking up yours. If you don't want to be here, leave. That's what I tell them. So anyways, how are you doing?
No, we are not eating no snakes. We're not even getting near them, even if they're dead. But the hunted meat, we keep that. We don't sell it because we will. That's what will feed us through the winter.
Winter time. And that's one thing. Now that we're out here, we're going to try to harvest all of our meat, and that will save us from buying groceries and stuff, or meat at the grocery store.
Yeah, the mama and the baby were actually locked up together, but they, mama needed out, and it looks like it's about to fall again.
No, I didn't get a hold of the snake. I think I scared him more than he scared me. Full blood Cherokee. I'm a quarter Chickasaw, but on paper, but I believe
No, you're an 8.
I'm an eighth on paper, and I'm supposed to be a quarter.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll eventually. I've ate goat before. It's actually good. Um, so that's just, that's one thing we want to teach our kids is, there is it, you know there may be a day they need to know that stuff, and I want them to be prepared. I don't want my girls to have to depend on somebody. I don't want my boys to have to depend on somebody. I want them to be able to provide for themselves. And yeah, and each one of them, they know, a lot of them know more than what your average 5-year old would know.
How did we meet? So, I moved out of my house when it was right after my mom had passed away, when I was 15 years old. And I moved in with a friend. And I moved in with a couple friends. And one of them, that last one, ended up being Brandon's cousins. So I lived with his family. And then he would come down every so often just to visit or to cry about his girlfriends. And that's pretty much how we met. We met through family because they were my family, even though it was just my friend. They were more like family. And then we become family.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how we met.
Yeah, and I do need to sit down and
Go into detail.
go into detail. A lot of people don't know this. I was a really bad alcoholic when we first got together, and we've been through some things. And one night we need to sit down and tell the whole story. But yeah, we definitely been through some struggles.
I thought about doing that on mine
Yeah.
one day.
We've been to the point where we've actually stayed under a bridge a couple nights until we got back to our hometown, and Paul gave me a second chance at life, and ever since then we've been going. But so I know what it's like to be without. We lived in a basically little maroon S10 pickup for about a week. I'll never forget the 2 nights that we stayed under Lake Texoma Bridge. That was quite interesting.
The plans for the house is just whenever the Chickasaw Nation figure it out. They are working on Indian time, but they just can't find a contractor to meet all the qualifications that they have to be a contractor through the Chickasaw Nation. So that's what we're just waiting on.
So obviously we can't fit that all in the building that we have. So towards the end of the month, we're going to go look at some repo storage buildings like the one I built. Just because I don't have time to go in and build another one. We need it now so we can get washer, dryer, and all that hooked up. So we'll find out towards the end of the month what's going to happen there. Like Mojo, yeah, I thought the same thing. Which Mojo looks big on camera, but Mojo is big, 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 big. He is way bigger than what I would have thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy.
He's like double Dixie, if not more.
Yeah, we will get a house. I mean, we're waiting our turn. You know, when we I know a lot of people are new, but when we got together, Steph signed filled out the paperwork to get on the tribal housing program. Well, they told us it'd be about 6 to 7 years. Well,
Then
nine,
they told us 3 to 5 years at first.
yeah, 9 years later, we're like, we got to do something. And we ended up getting in YouTube, and I was like, I do want more animals. The kids be out in the country, so me and Steph actually went to the bank and went and talked to some people to build a home. Well, we go to the bank, get all the paperwork drawn up, and get designs, plans. And the same week that we get ready to make the deal, we receive a letter in the mail from the Indians saying, "Congratulations, you've been selected. It's time for you for us to build your home." Blah blah blah. And so we was like, "Man, what do we do? Do we wait, or do we take the wait on the Indian home?" Because the Indian homes are absolutely beautiful, and it ain't something the Indians give you. It's just basically they hold the mortgage for it while you pay it. But we thought about it and thought about it, and we felt that it was a God sign that we got that information the same week that we was going to do the paperwork to try to build our own house. So I felt that that was a sign from God that we needed to go that direction, which it was, because every roadblock has come up. God has provided or prevailed, whatever, has made it come through. Just like, so we got on the told them yes, we'd accept it. And they said, well, where do you want it built? So we started looking for land. We already had an acre, but where the acre was going to be, they had just recently built a marijuana grow house up there. And I was like, I don't want my kids to smell. I didn't want to smell it every day. So
Not only that, being right there, those places will get broke into often. And
yeah.
that's just going to cause thieves to come to our house.
So we started looking for land, and the sheriff said, hey, there's 17.5 acres out there by where I live. And I said, well, I thought that already sold. And he said, well, you might get a hold of them. They had an auction. So I got a hold of the owner, and he said, no, I still got it. And I told him, I asked him, would you be willing to sell, a couple acres, me that I could afford. He said, no, I'm not going to split it up. So I told the sheriff, he said, no. He's like, well, how much do you want for the whole thing? I said, well, I didn't even ask, because didn't expect to even be able to afford it. So I called him back. He told it what it was, and I was shocked on the price. So went to the bank, and we did everything, and that was the whole deal. Is it was meant to be this. So we just following the signs and just going with the flow.
Yeah. We learned to have patience.
Yeah, you gotta have patience. Kevin is, or Mojo's 100 pounds. Yeah, I believe every bit of it. Believe every bit. It's a big old dog. Well, thank you, Linda. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Like I say, sometimes um, you'll get carried away, get on a conversation, but it's all, we share everything.
What's your emergency plan for a tornado? A video showing the kids doing a drill would be cool.
Is going up the road to the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
But usually tornadoes, I'm out and about anyways. I already know where they're at. I know what direction they're coming and where they're going, and I know the valleys they usually go down. So we're pretty prepared on that. If I know it's tracking that way, you can make, call Steph to let her know. But that's what, growing up, I've always thought tornado, the whistles blow, but the storm's not even close to your town, but they blow it because it's in the town. So, it's good everybody takes shelter, but being that I'm out there tracking it, I usually know where it's at.
We used to track tornadoes together before law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
We would go out and we just follow tornadoes and kind of, I think it's awesome just because. Now, I'm not saying that it's awesome the damage that they do and stuff like that, but just, I love storms. I love them. And
Yes, I get a bad headache from the smell
yeah.
too. Um,
To dig a cellar this next spring. The only thing is we will have a cellar when we have the house. So right now I think the best thing.
it's just to wait because once they put the house in, we put a cellar in as well.
We sit on our back porch. Well, we don't have a back porch now, so I guess we'll sit inside the shop maybe
Yeah.
and watch it. Well, Stephanie's new channel, she does everyday jobs and doesn't run around like Brandon does. She shows just what it's like with the kids in the farm. Keep it up. Well, thank you. I'm about to have to go inside.
Yeah, it's getting cold. We're fixing to have to go get the kids. It's almost 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, it was great to get here, sit here and visit with y'all today. And like I say, thank y'all so much for following our channel. Go check out Stephanie's channel. We pinned it. And we can't thank y'all enough for following us along our dream. And just continue. Be sure to leave a comment. That does nothing but help us. Even if it's not a comment, a heart. Because usually if it's a heart y'all leave, the kids will heart them back. And they like to put a bunch of hearts too. So anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. We hope y'all have a blessed day.
Bye, everyone.